Hey guys, and welcome back to another PTR video. So today I'm going to be really just going over a few miscellaneous things that have been improved and sort of tweaked in the Garrison. Now, first of all, this is a very nice one. So they have flipped the positions of these dummies so that people who are training with their DPS won't get killed by the tanking dummy, because of course the tanking dummy whacks you really hard and can sometimes kill you. A small improvement, but it's actually quite a nice one. Now, this next improvement is really just adding in some add-on functionality, and essentially there is now a create all button for depositing work orders throughout your garrison. So if I go to this blacksmith building, there's also a new icon cursor thingy. I can now just hit the create all button and it will put all of the work orders there, which is extremely handy. You can also put in a specific number and just hit start. So that's certainly a nice sort of quality of life improvement. There's also a really cool thing with the bunker. However, it's for some reason not working in this bunker. Maybe it requires level 3, but you'll be able to melt down 25 Iron Horde armor scraps to get either a weapon or armor upgrade token, the kind of token that you right click on and then get a random item from. Now that will be able to be repeated just once per day, so it's a daily quest, but still, it's pretty handy for just, leveling up your followers and stuff like that. And in addition to that, actually, it's worth mentioning that your followers can now go up to item level 670 in patch 6.1, so, actually, that shouldn't be too hard. I've got to imagine that on your main characters, like, most people will have enough stuff saved up so that once this patch drops, you'll be able to get up to 670 really quickly. No new word on what those 670 missions are, though. Now, in terms of other things, they've also massively improved alchemy. There are alchemy transmutes to essentially turn various sorcerous things into other sorcerous things, so that could be good for market arbitration. Then you can also turn 50 alchemical catalysts into a single savage blood, which is very cool, and they've also added in a new trinket for the alchemists. Really, there's a bit of a problem with the alchemy, actually, where the alchemy trinket was crap. It was really useless. But the good news is you've now got a 640 trinket that you can make, and that can be upgraded all the way up to item level 680, I believe. So that's kind of nice. Now for these next things, actually no, let's not, wait, crap. The things in a bunker, or a barracks even, I don't have a barracks. I'll cover that in a bit anyway. Let's head in to the main building and check out the changes with follower missions and like. So the follower table has been improved, which is nice, but it's still nowhere near as good as, say, Master Plan is. And frankly, I just think this is it's not a great interface. Now, the first big problem is they've not done anything for that really annoying screen that pops up when you have completed missions. If you've completed 10 missions per character, then the amount of time you just sit there watching these innocuous animations that give you no real useful information, or at least they give you information in a really inefficient manner, you just sit there watching them. It's an absolute pain in the ass. Whereas with Master Plan, you click a button, it tells you what's going on, you click OK, and away you go on your day. You're not being held up by crappy animations. So I really hope they do manage to fix that. However, there are some really cool things. So you can now see a new tooltip, which will tell you what traits you've got covered, which is really nice. And there's also, if I can find it, or at least it was here in the last build. Hang on a second, has it gone? There should be a tooltip, or something around here anyway, which gives you the amount of time that a mission is available for, i.e. how long it will be until it ends. I haven't tested this in the newest build, but in the last build, it was a part of the tooltip. So maybe they've just messed that up, but I'm going to assume that that's functionality that will come at some point. Anyway, so we've had a few improvements there. No real improvements here. However, they have updated, let's just find a really simple mission, this one. Yeah, they've updated this tooltip to explain the bonus experience system that they've got, which is kind of nice. And also, if you go into followers, you can now sort all your followers via their different counters, which is something that, of course, the likes of Master Plan already does. Frankly, these are nice changes, yes, but Master Plan's better, get it. Now I don't think there's any downside to Master Plan. I suppose there may be a little bit of automation in terms of it just telling you what's a solid bet for most missions, but frankly, I don't think the mission system is that engaging or really immersive to make that much of a negative. Really, this to me is just a loot collection system that I want to make as painless as I possibly can. Now, there is another cool thing that's actually happened, and now that I see a gold mission, it's popped into my head. Do I have this follower? Yeah, Treasure Hunter. So, oh wait, that guy's... interesting. Anyway, essentially what Treasure Hunter does is it increases your gold gain from a mission by 100%. I wonder if I've got level 0 or level 90 mission that's gold. No, I don't. Weird, it only seems... Of course, yeah, things are only active if they're in a close enough level range. So that's pretty cool, and I actually think it's going to make the level 3 inn extremely powerful. I mean, to the point of being ridiculous. I mean, actually, there you go. Blingatron's Secret Vault. Imagine if you had, you know, plus 300% on top of that. That would be lovely. So that could be an extremely powerful building with that. Also, they have nerfed the scavenger trait. It's now only 100%, down from 200%. So that's mostly what's going on here. Now, there are a number of new missions. I've got these written down on a piece of paper. So there are the missions which give us archaeology fragments, as we can see here. There's also missions which give us treasure maps, which I've already covered. And they've also added in work order rush missions. Now, if you have a Garrison profession building at level 3, then you'll be able to get missions from your Garrison mission table that give you work order rushes for those profession buildings. And each work order rush will instantly complete 5 of your work orders, so essentially a full day's worth of alchemical catalysts or hexweave cloth or whatever you want will complete instantly, which is pretty cool. Also, there are some new missions which, some new follower traits which will benefit you if you've got a ogre, Arakoa, mech, or beast in your party. There actually weren't any categories for those types of followers, which meant that they, on paper, were actually quite a bit worse than the other followers. There's also a new item. I don't know how to get it, but it's called the Explorer's Notebook. Now, it will grant you exploration missions, which are these here. I'm assuming they're not all supposed to appear in my Garrison like that. So if you click in that book, a mission will pop up. And there's also an item which I forget the name of. I'm not 100% sure how you get them because I've only seen it in data mined information, so not actually in the client. But when you right-click on it, it will generate a mission for you in your Garrison mission table. And that's really mostly what's going on here. I'll just hop over to another character, though, to show you what's going on with the bunker. Okay then, so I'm back on the character that's got a barracks. Now I'm just going to first grab a bodyguard. And if we go in here, there's a new thing which costs 250 Garrison resources. I'll just destroy this war-ravaged weaponry. And this is the bodyguard miniaturization device. Oh, which I already bought, whoops. And essentially it makes your bodyguard a bit smaller. Now the last time I used this, it didn't work, so let's see if it works this time. And, oh, wow, she is tiny. She's really tiny. She's just as strong, though, and essentially, this is actually quite well explained by the tooltip, which for some reason is not appearing for this. There we go. Sometimes it's the little things in life that get in your way the least. So, if you make your bodyguard smaller, it'll be a bit more comfortable for clicking things, which I think is a pretty fair sentiment, actually. It can be a bit annoying, especially with this follower, actually, when you both mount up, and she's got a ginormous Elec that just obstructs you all over the place, so that's kind of handy. And really, that's about it for the things that have been added. The most recent build actually was not really major, at least from what I can tell so far. We'll just have to wait and see. The actual content and the guts of patch 6.1 just aren't here yet. There's a few systems, a few tweaks, a few changes, but we need to see more. Especially the things I want to know about are the iron docks and the music jukebox system. The jukebox is not in currently, and in the Iron Docks, no real changes have happened since my most recent video, though they did add in Thalen Dark Anvil there, but that's really about it. Anyway, that's really it for this video. I just thought I'd go around all the various things in the Garrison that had been tweaked and let you know. Thank you very much for watching the video, and I will see you next time.